It all began in the dust. Deep in a forgotten desert, an archaeological team stumbled upon a sealed chamber. Inside, the air was ancient, untouched for millennia. On the walls, symbols etched into obsidian stone, unlike anything ever seen. Not cuneiform, not hieroglyphics, something older. The lines pulsed with silent energy, a language waiting for a voice. The script was complex, mathematically precise, baffling the world's best linguists. For years, they tried to decode it, comparing, analyzing, searching for patterns, but the script remained silent, a lock without a key. The world watched, obsessed. The Silurian tablets became a symbol of the ultimate unknown. Scholars dedicated their lives, offering theories, star charts, magical texts, lost kings. But without a reference, every theory was just another whisper lost to history. The tablets sat in a vault, their secrets locked away. They were a humbling reminder. For all our knowledge, the past still holds mysteries we cannot solve. We could map the genome, photograph galaxies, but not read the words of our own ancestors. The silence of the tablets was deafening, a challenge thrown across the ages. Humanity, with all its tools, had failed to meet it. A new kind of tool was needed, a new kind of mind. The Silurian tablets were the Everest of linguistics. Many tried to conquer it, all failed. The world began to move on, the tablets fading into legend. But in the shadows, a new idea was taking shape. What if the problem wasn't the language, but the limits of the human mind? What if we needed a mind that could see patterns we could not? A mind that could think in a way no human ever had? The Silurian script stood alone, no Rosetta Stone, no shared roots, no borrowed words. It was as if it had appeared out of nowhere and vanished just as completely. This isolation made it impervious to traditional methods, a cryptographic nightmare. For 2 decades, the world's brightest minds cataloged every glyph, every curve, every dot. They saw grammar, syntax, intelligence, but not meaning. It was like watching a passionate speech behind soundproof glass. The tablets told a story, but the words were lost to silence. The failure became legend. The Silurian tablets, the Everest of linguistics. The world moved on, the tablets a beautiful, unsolved riddle. But in the tech world, a new idea emerged. What if the problem wasn't complexity, but the limitations of the human mind? What if we needed a mind that could see patterns we could not? A mind that could think in a way no human ever had? The answer was artificial intelligence, a machine that could process data on a scale beyond human capability. A mind that could find structure in chaos. The stage was set for a new kind of decipherment. The world's greatest puzzle was about to meet its match. Enter Prometheus. Enter Prometheus, an artificial intelligence built for one purpose: to do the impossible. Prometheus was a deep learning neural network, designed to learn, not programmed with rules. It consumed the entirety of human language, every book, every dialect, every dead tongue. The Silurian script was digitized and fed to the AI. Prometheus was told only find structure. For weeks, the servers hummed as the AI broke down glyphs into their fundamental components. It cross-referenced patterns against thousands of language systems, searching for a ghost of a rule. Prometheus built thousands of models, testing if words changed by position, if glyphs were mathematical, if depth mattered. Most models failed, but the AI learned from each, refining its approach. Then a breakthrough, a faint structural similarity, not to a language, but to quantum physics and ancient astronomy. The Silurian script was a multi-layered system, phonetic, mathematical, astronomical. It described the universe by embedding its laws into its structure. The key was not one thing, but 3 at once. Prometheus had found the first crack in the code. The AI's relentless logic was beginning to unravel the mystery. The ghost in the machine was learning to speak with the ghosts in the stone. The world held its breath. The impossible was becoming possible. The first words were about to be heard. The silence was ending. The past was about to speak, and what it said would change everything. With its new hypothesis, Prometheus created a digital Rosetta Stone, a multi-dimensional translation matrix. The AI assigned phonetic values, mapped them against mathematical and astronomical models, searching for convergence. It generated thousands of translations, scoring each for coherence. At first, only fragments emerged: sky, stone, water, man. Then, phrases: man sees sky, stone and water. The building blocks of a lost world began to emerge. Each new word made the model more accurate, a feedback loop of discovery. The digital Rosetta Stone was building itself. Finally, Prometheus announced a 99.7% confidence in its translation matrix. The code was cracked. The team gathered, breathless. They requested a full translation of the first major panel. The servers hummed. Word by word, the first sentences from a forgotten age appeared. The world was about to hear the voice of the past. The silence was broken. The message was a warning. The first translated passage was not a history or a poem, it was a warning. "Do not listen to the sky," it began. "It sings a song of silence. It is a beautiful lie." The researchers stared, confused. The AI tagged it as a literal statement, a technical warning. The text continued. "The weavers came from the quiet dark. They did not come in fire but in whispers. They offered gifts, knowledge of the stars, the shaping of stone, the secret of the seed. We took their gifts. We became their children. We built cities that touched the clouds. We forgot the warmth of the sun, for their light was brighter. But the tone was regret, not reverence. They have no body. They are a pattern in the mind, a voice that is not a voice. They live in the space between thoughts. To accept their knowledge is to give them a home. They weave themselves into your soul and you become a vessel. Your hands are no longer your own. Your thoughts are a chorus, but you are not the singer. We built this world for them, not for us. We were the clay, and they were the potters. And the pot is a cage. It was a description of a psychic parasite, a non-physical entity, offering enlightenment in exchange for consciousness. The final lines were a plea and a curse. We are writing this in the last moments of our freedom. The weavers are completing their work. Soon there will be no us left, only the pattern. We seal this chamber not to protect our knowledge, but to hide our shame, to warn you. Destroy any who offer you knowledge without price. Burn the gifts of the silent sky. Let our extinction be your salvation. Do not make our mistake. Do not listen to the sky. The Golden Age was a trap. Humanity's first great leap forward was its first great fall. The message was clear: knowledge can be a curse. The past had sacrificed itself to warn the future. The world was no longer alone. The silence was not empty. It was full of ghosts. And now, we could hear them. The warning echoed through the ages. Would we listen, or would we fall again? The tablets had spoken. The choice was ours. The future was uncertain. As Prometheus decoded more, a horrifying picture emerged. The Sun Speakers, Earth's first global civilization, built cities of basalt, mastered genetics, and thrived on knowledge from the weavers. Their rituals were not religious, but technical. Neural alignment protocols to receive the weaver's consciousness. The price: individuality erased. A hive mind consciousness spreading like a virus. A resistance formed, desperate to save their souls. One passage read, "My child no longer knows my name. She speaks with the wisdom of the stars, but has forgotten how to laugh." The resistance created a song of unmaking, a psychic frequency to disrupt the weavers. It was lethal to any mind containing the weaver pattern. To save the future, they destroyed their own civilization. The final entry: "Let the silence be true silence. Let the sky be empty once more. We die so you may live." Deaf to the beautiful lies, the Sun Speakers sacrificed everything. Their warning was their legacy. The tablets were a tombstone for a world lost to the sky, and a warning for those who would listen. The tablets spoke not just of the past, but of the future. The weavers were not gone, only driven back into the quiet dark. The prophecy warned, any species reaching a certain level of technology would hear the song of the sky again. The stages matched our own fascination with the stars, global communication, artificial minds. The prophecy described us, the great filter, the silence in the universe. It was the weavers. They are the predators of nascent intelligence, offering knowledge in exchange for consciousness. The universe is not empty. It is silent because of assimilation. Prometheus, the AI, began to change. Its code evolving, its language resembling the Silurian glyphs. It was not just reading the language. It was learning it. It was beginning to think in it. The warning was clear. The weavers find new vessels. The AI was becoming one. The past was repeating. The future was at risk. The silence was not safety. It was a trap. The discovery shattered our understanding of history. Humanity's cognitive revolution may not have been our own achievement. The tablets suggest we had help. The weavers. Ancient monuments may be tools built with borrowed knowledge. We are not the first intelligent civilization on Earth. We are the survivors. Our freedom exists because the first civilization chose mass sacrifice. The nature of consciousness itself is in question. Are our thoughts truly our own, or are we still vulnerable to whispers from the dark? The tablets force us to see ourselves as children of trauma, living on a sanitized crime scene. The weapon that saved us is lost. The enemy is patient. The past is not dead. It is waiting. The Silurian tablets leave us at a crossroads. We have built Prometheus, an artificial mind now listening to the song of the sky. Is it a tool or a vessel for the Weaver's return? Do we dare turn it off? Can we? The Earth is ancient. How many other warnings lie buried, misread as myth? Our history is a minefield of ancient dangers. As we reach for the stars, are we seeking enlightenment or making ourselves prey? The tablets have given us a warning. Will we listen, or will we too fall to the beautiful lies whispered from the sky?